नमस्कार, यहाँहरूलाई कार्यक्रम हेल्थ प्लसमा स्वागत छ। खास गरी हामीले स्वास्थ्य क्षेत्रका समसामयिक राष्ट्रिय तथा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विषयवस्तुहरू यो कार्यक्रम मार्फत हामीले सम्प्रेषण गर्दै आइरहेका छौँ। दर्शकबिन, स्वास्थ्य र शिक्षा सबै नागरिकको चासो र सरोकारको विषयवस्तु हो र खास गरी मान्छे जब स्वस्थ बन्छ तब देश सक्षम बन्छ, समाज सक्षम बन्छ। यसले गर्दा यो कार्यक्रम हेल्थ प्लस मार्फत हामीले समाज र राष्ट्रलाई नै एउटा स्वस्थ बनाऊ भन्ने अभियानका साथ यो कार्यक्रम यहाँहरू समक्ष प्रस्तुत गर्दै आइरहेका छौँ। र आउनुहोस् आजको प्रसङ्ग प्रारम्भ गरौँ। आजको कार्यक्रममा हामीले एउटा महत्त्वपूर्ण विषयवस्तु र एकजना विशेष व्यक्तिलाई हामीले निम्त्याएका छौँ आजको कुराकानीका लागि। हामीसँग कुराकानीमा हुनुहुन्छ वर्ल्ड हेल्थ अर्गनाइजेसन WHO representative to Nepal, Dr. Lee Naung. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
First of all, since how long you are here in Nepal?
This is my second time that posting to Nepal, and the first time was in 2003 to 5. So that's I'm quite familiar now.
You just mentioned that you came here on 2003.
Yes.
Then during this time, then how do you see the health issues here in Nepal? How was in 2003? Then how the things is going on till now?
That most of the health indicators you see, as you can see from all the that we have a system of that partnership forum, and even since 2003 and 3, 4, 5, when I was here, we started the NHSP 1. Nepal Health Sector Program Implementation Program 1. We are the signatory of the statement of intent that time, and then after that I went back to regional office, and I was looking after all 11 countries. So I came to Nepal in between also. So I see the improvement. The indicators are improving, and the health services also improving. And also the conducive environment also, that those days the political system is different from after 2005. I think that you have changed the political system, so that the national country security also improved. So I think that a lot of things are improving between the 2004-5 and now. That as I said in the beginning, although there is some limitation, and every country has every type of limitation. That is the reason why we all are here to see how best we can help in the country going.
Having said that, what are the challenges in health system? Because you mentioned some of the good indicators as well that we are having currently. And in the meantime, what are the challenges of health system?
If you see the health system, if you mention about health system, there are 6 building blocks of health system. Start with the service delivery. Go with the second is that health, the human resources for health. And then it goes on with the medicines and health information system, and finally the governance and So if you see that equity issues and there are some sort of the vertical health programs. We are now trying to make more of the horizontal cross-cutting programs, so that we have to see in the district level that all the horizontal programs are properly implemented, rather than having so many vertical programs in the districts. Because we have a problem of not only Nepal, many of the developing countries are having problem with the human resources for health at the various level. We are here that as the EDPs, and government is striving very hard to also improve the human resources for health in terms of capacity training. Until that thing is there, that the human resources for health is not there to cover all these things, it is very difficult for us to give that we cannot do for the other country. No, we are here to make a capacity building and help and advice. That this is at the end the country has to take over. So that is the area where we need to give a little bit more attention on the human resources for health. And we have a conducive policy directive and the Nepal health policy that 1991 is considerably a little bit longer, but the policy means that as per the constitution that they translated into policy. I understand that the Ministry of Health Nepal and the government of Nepal is now preparing for the revision and review of the national health policies, particularly in the case of the social determinant on health. Health alone cannot be seen as a diseases anymore. Health should be seen outside health, and that all other multidisciplinary things has to be there. So that is an area where, as a WHO representative, as well as I was advocating to my external development partners group,
EDP.
And WHO as a rotating chair, I encourage them to also see that the multidisciplinary and the multi-sectoral approach of health, which is very much important. Until and unless we deal with the social determinant on health, we are not going to achieve things. So that's why we are encouraging to that.
You just mentioned that, how does WHO help with the government? I mean, to address these kind of things you just mentioned.
WHO, as the main role of WHO, as I said in the beginning, WHO means the member states and the secretariat.
Definitely.
We are secretariat, and our main role is to implement the globally agreed health the initiatives. Like which every year we have the governing bodies of WHO, what we call the World Health Assemblies, and then in our region we call it the regional committees. The ministers for health and our embassy in the Geneva, they participated along with the health experts. Every year we come up with the resolutions on each and every technical areas, like international health regulation and tobacco-free initiative, also sort of things, universal health coverage. So many things we come up with the resolutions. Our duty is to translate this resolution to the country perspective and help the Ministry of Health within our agreed work plan. To that is a WHO standalone sort of dealing with the Ministry of Health. At the same time, WHO is now as a rotating head of the 1 year. I am taking that chair of the EDP. The chair of EDP is not the supervisor of any other EDPs. I'm coordinating and the running,
like facilitator.
Sort of facilitator, then the focal point to talk with the government. I have the privilege of working very closely with the Ministry of Health, because, as I said, the Ministry of Health means they are also WHO, because they are member states. So that WHO is given as in the leadership in the public health and health policy making in the form of the World Health Assembly, in the form of the governing bodies. So I think that is my duty as a WHO representative to ensure that globally agreed all these norms and standards are translated to the action at the country level. What we have done 2 months ago, we have conducted the inter-country meeting here in Nepal for the evidence-based research for the policy making. These are the things very important. WHO, one of the core functions of WHO is a research agenda. So until and unless we have evidence-based research to make a proper policy dialogue, and to the health and all policies, certain policies outside the health sectors, maybe standalone policy may be having some harmful effect to the health sector. So these are the things we have to see. And then we work very closely now with the National Planning Commission also. And the National Planning Commission, they have the committee formed, the cross-sectoral, the committee formed by the National Planning Commission, who secretaries of the related ministries like agriculture, finance, and the local development. These are the members of that group. So that we advocate, WHO advocate cross-sectional thing and multi-sectoral thing to that border. And recently, all the multi-sectoral nutrition plan, we work very closely with UNICEF. Nowadays, there is no longer a lone runner anymore, because we cannot be seen as the WHO is the only one who can do everything. We don't perceive that way. We have to see all the comparative advantage of the other agencies, my sister UN agency and other development.
You are more focused on, you are more highlighting about the role and what you are doing on behalf of WHO. But in the meantime, as you just mentioned that you are chairing the EDP, then what are the focus areas of EDP as well? The same issues that you are doing are the issues of EDP as well?
So no, the EDPs as a EDP as a group, that our main thrust is on the NHSP. So we are the reason why we are having EDP group is to see that whether our contribution for the health development of this country is based on the nationally owned national health the sector policy and plan. So that we have that NHSP2 National Health Sector Program Implementation Program 2. And then we are right in the middle of the midterm review. And then we will see the become NHSP 3 when it's NHSP 3 come. So we are the one as an EDP, how we are going to help the Ministry of Health and Population and Health Sector as a collective EDP. So what we have a arrangement called the Joint Financial Arrangement. It is designed with the government and all the EDPs. We have pool partners and non-pool partners. Whatever the pool partners will give the pool funding to the Ministry of Health, and they are supposed to use this money for that the activities spelled out in the annual work plan and budget. So EDP as a group that we are responsible for the governance and accountability program, that the JESI, that the gender equity and the social inclusion programs, and all the cross-cutting and the primary healthcare issues and the infrastructure development and also the capacity building and human resources for health. All these things are the agreed the activities which EDP as a whole to do. We also have joint. We are planning to do the sort of the D8 matrix and map out which EDP is going to support what area of the NHSP2 on the result framework, so that in order not to duplicate each other, we try to see who has a comparative advantage, who has that well defined in agreement with the Ministry of Health and Population. We also monitor the result outcome also, so that we are responsible as as the EDP group. We are responsible for mutual accountability as the Paris Declaration. We also have to be mutually accountable for both government side and the EDP side. We have a forum called the Joint Annual Reviews at the month of January. We are going.
How do you see about the outcome? You just mentioned that. How do you see about the outcome? And in the meantime, we have to talk about the challenges as well. So how do you address to our viewers?
I must say that all these Joint Annual Reviews are very transparent, and we critically they analyze, and we make some sort of the very frank that opinion given to the government, how the Ministry of Health and also Ministry of Finance people are there. So at the view of the EDP collectively, we always mention there are certain things which they need to address, that it is no country and in the world is perfect, in that's the reason why we are here to help. And then this is our all collective responsibility as a EDP to work for the people of Nepal. This is why we are working here for the people of Nepal. No matter the programs and plans are good, if the people of Nepal are not affecting, it's not going to achieve our purpose. So in that joint annual reviews and the midterm reviews, we are critically reviewing that how best we should change. And at the end of the joint annual review, we have a sort of 8 memo agreed certain things, and then we will review in the next that joint annual review. So one thing I would like to say is that in Nepal, we are very privileged to have a very transparent and understanding of discussion between the government and the partners and the non-state partners like the NGOs and civil societies. They're very, very important. As I mentioned earlier, social determinant of health. The role of civil society is very important. Earlier, the UN agencies tend to work only within the boundaries of the government. Now that the government also realized that the role of civil society in the policy making is very important, we also engage with the constituent assembly, the members in the WHO, that our regional office always invited parliamentarians to come for the policy making meetings, so that all faceted we use. I'm not saying that we are everything is okay, not like that, but that we good thing is we agreed to disagree certain things, and we agreed to the address to the issues which collectively we identified. That is a very transparent. It's a lack of friend.
The issues you have identified are not the priority of government. So you are more influencing to the government to draw the attention on your priority issues rather than the priority issue of government. So
that is what the bureaucrats, you mean to say that?
Yeah, bureaucrats mean sometimes, the Minister of Health people and some, they try to say in that line. Then there is sometimes it seems that there is bit conflict between
some
EDPs and in between government. So how do you see?
That's why I said that we are not there completely at the as you see that Paris, and Accra or the aid effectiveness. It has to be the national ownership.
That's true.
It has to be the national leadership. We are here to help the national plan, but there's different stages. The countries are not there yet. And then Nepal is one of the country of the International Health Partnership. We always mention that we have to go with the national system, but there are some the areas which some of the development partners might have already started with the NGOs or the civil society group, or maybe they're directly dealing with the locals.
So in this time, do you think that the way we are heading on behalf of WHO and being as a chair of EDP, we are heading in right track?
Yes.
Do you think so?
We are heading in right track. Every forum we have been telling about the national system, use the national system. And then it's also that's very important not to duplicate also, because if you have a 5 or 10 EDPs, it will come with the way of the monitor doing, and then it will be the overburden to the national system. That is the basic agreement of the Paris Declaration thing. So that we are the signatory of that, and we are the signatory of IHP. But the only thing is that we have to walk in that direction, but we may have to judge that thing. But clear to all of us is the government desire, and this is the way to go, is that national ownership. And then we are there to build the capacity of the government. I'm sure that we will reach that sooner rather than later.
What is your suggestion to the government that they have to follow, to address the health issues here in Nepal?
I think that I mentioned about the 6 building block, but I did not mention that the lacking of the governance and leadership.
I mean, there is a lot of things to improve.
We need to improve because of that. The governance and leadership is all come with all accountability issues, and that accountability issues are from the both sides, the EDP side and the government side also. That is a good move that the always review the national health sector policy review is always there. The health secretary is very open. It's open that he always that he is a chair. Even that he is the chair of the country coordination mechanism in the Global Fund meetings. So that he is also the member of all the governing bodies of the WHO. He knows that how the system works and not works. So that we have a privilege of working very closely with him, and the planning PBIC policy planning, the International Cooperation Division of Ministry of Health is also that very much cooperating in that front. The thing that we need to do is we need to have a more transparent and the participatory, inclusive participation of all stakeholders. That has to, because government alone cannot do, National Planning Commission alone cannot. We have to join hands from the academia, civil society, that sort of thing. So that I just want to give one policy thing which Ministry of Health initiated with that they requested WHO to help that we are doing. And that is part of the social responsibility and accountability that we are trying to bridge the two sectors, which is the academia and the health service delivery. Academia, that the private or the public medical institution has produced a lot of well-talented professionals. If they are not used properly in the health system, that it is a waste of their talent also. So that's a part of the social, the responsibility. We are trying to see that some of the district in the far western or the midwestern or the eastern region, that we use the academia also to work with in strengthening of the district health system. That is a policy, the good policy front. And the second, that the governance and policy is the establishment of the coordinating body at the NPC level. So it's the health is beyond the health. And as you know that that's the 2010 to 2020 is the decade of the road safety.
That's true.
And the WHO has managed to advocate the policymakers to have a multi-sectoral the awareness raising and whatnot for road safety, police and the traffic people and the local civil society people also help. So that with that, so many that the directive and that working together, that some of the things are moving in the right direction.
So finally, how do you see the future steps of WHO and EDPs in the days to come? Do you have anything that you want to highlight to our viewers about the future steps?
All along that I've been telling that we are here to help the health of the people of Nepal, so that whatever as a good friends, so that that the phenomenon of good friends is we should not hide each other. We should be telling the real good, the transparent, and if you are hiding, the always good telling that not tell the truth to the action, the people like a government and the civil society. We should not be that. Here for that, the helping for them. If we want to really help, that we have to be transparent enough, and people from the government and the civil society and all the partners, academia also should also welcome this type of the real friendship, that kind of the advices. I think that we are very privileged that in your country, Nepal, is very transparent, and they understand that they don't see us as that the people from the outside just come and they say that with our own agenda. Maybe that there are some sort of the issues in the certain some other setting, but I don't think in the health sector that all our EDPs are fully aware that we are here to help for the national health sector policy only, national health sector program only, so that that we don't have, maybe we have our own governing bodies limitations and within our mandates, but within how we are going to fit within our mandate to the government overall picture of the driving it towards, we have to see as we, not as us and them. So that is what our take. During my the chairship of the rotating chair of the EDP, that I'm very optimistic that we are going to the right direction. And even if I'm not going to be the chair, it doesn't matter, because I'm a full partner, a member of the EDP, and the WHO is a very good partner with any other EDP. So that I think that we will be able to maintain this kind of the spirit.
Thank you so much for your valuable time and information. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Health Plus.
दर्शकबिन भर्खरै हामीले कुराकानी गर्यौं WHO रिप्रेजेन्टेटिभ टु नेपाल डाक्टर लिनसँग, र खास गरी EDP को चेयरको हिसाबले यसले के कस्ता विषयवस्तुलाई महत्त्वको साथ उठाइरहेको छ र नेपाल सरकारसँग यसले कसरी समन्वय गरेर काम गरिरहेको छ र समग्र नेपालको स्वास्थ्य क्षेत्रको समुन्नत विकासका लागि यो प्रयासले भोलिको दिनमा कस्तो उपलब्धि हासिल गर्नेछ अथवा त्यसका परिणामहरू कस्तो आउनेछ त्यो त भोलिको दिनले देखाउनेछ। तर आजको दिनमा WHO ले गरेको प्रयासलाई भने हामीले सराहना गर्नै पर्छ। यो कुराकानीसँगै हाम्रो सम्पूर्ण युनिट लगायत मलाई समेत अर्को एपिसोडसम्मको लागि बिदा दिनुहोस्। नमस्कार।